I didn't really realize his softer side when I said yes to the movie. That was something that I discovered as we recorded.
What are some of the challenges of taking on iconic characters, especially when audiences do have expectations about what they should sound like, and also when they are voiced by someone who has a recognizable voice to them?
Well, the challenge is just in your own head worrying about what people are going to think about your performance. But that's with all of my parts. I always have like an echo chamber in my brain of fear of, are people going to like me or not? I just try to tune it out and focus on what I want to do and what I think is funny and entertaining. From the moment I first saw Bowser, I was taken by the design. I was like, "Oh, that is so badass." That's my favorite character in the Nintendo universe because he looks like he's from the Road Warrior. He looks like a badass, He looks like he's a heavy metal rock star in a way. And it just appeals to my sensibilities. As you can see, I'm all about the metal. So it was like, oh my God, that would be the most badass character to play. And I loved it. And, when I told my boys, hey, I got offered to play Bowser, they were like, do it! So, yeah, it was a slam dunk.
It's a surprisingly just musical movie with your track especially highlighting that. Was Bowser always musical in the script, or how early on in the production of that were discussions had to have you sing in this movie?
There was no talk of singing until about halfway through the recording process. We had already had a few sessions. I think we were like a year in when they first sprung it on me. They were like, how would you feel about Bowser singing a song? And I was like, ooh, I don't know. I'm very protective about my singing career with my band Tenacious D.
Of course.
I try not to do too many crossovers where my characters sing unless it's like, that's what we set out to do. Are we doing a musical? If we are, then I want to hear the music before I agree to do it. So I said, let me hear what you got. What do you got? And they sent over this little song, and I just couldn't deny that it was funny. I was like, I get it. I see why you want Bowser to do this. Tickling the ivories and singing a love song to Peaches. It was like undeniable. So I was like, let me work on it because it's a little 30-second thing right now, and I got with my genius young producer John Spiker, who I work with a lot, and we fleshed it out. We worked it and turned it into like a full song. And I said, I'll do it if you let us do it like this. And I sent it back to them, and they were like, yes. They were over the moon, and then I was super stoked. And then I was also like, is this really going to be in the movie? And then by God, they put it in the movie, and I'm really stoked for people to see this new sensitive side of Bowser.
Is the fact that Bowser is a villain did that color how the song was going to sound, that it was going to be more of like unexpectedly a piano ballad, but it does get into like the gravelly-ness of your vocals?
Well, Bowser's this big, terrifying monster beast, fire-breathing dragon creature. And the fact that he has this sensitive, insecure side and this romantic kind of unrequited love is funny. That's kind of the great juxtaposition of these two sides of Bowser, the unexpectedness of it. And this song is delicate and romantic, but then it also has a dark side, like you said, once it kicks into the gravel, because he loves her, but it's also kind of a greedy love, and it's kind of a jealous love, and it's a wanting to control Peach's love. So it's like, is that even love? I don't know, but it's an interesting thing to explore, and it was fun to work on that song. I don't know, but I think it would be fun to perform it live. Oh, I did do a music video for it. Maybe I'm not even supposed to talk about that. Nah, screw it. I'm going to talk about it. They asked me if I would do a music video for the song. I was like, hell yeah, that sounds hilarious. Let's do it. So it was with me though, not the cartoon, the animated Bowser. It was me, and they got this rad director. Cole Bennett is the name of the director, and he was really rad and cool, and we had fun. And it was just a few hours, and I got to the set, and he had built this beautiful set that was like Peach's like spaceship living room. And it was all colored, beautiful peach color, and she had this big grand piano, and I kind of wander onto the set, and I'm dressed as Bowser, but you know, but also like a dancer, I guess I would describe myself. It was a really cool costume and cool makeup job. And I come up and I'm just looking around at her beautiful room, and then I see the piano and I just go over and I start to tickle the ivories, and I sing the song. And as I'm singing it, I get overtaken by emotion, and I just have to just jump up and start dancing, and I'm dancing and singing, and that's basically all that we did. With great camera moves, cameras moving all up and down and swerving around and spinning.
That's awesome. Oh man, I'm just imagining they added Peach there, just kind of being like,
Yeah.
okay. Ooh. Oh well, that's
There was
awesome.
there was a framed photo of Princess Peach on the piano.
They're very unique citizens of their people. Peach is the only human with the Toads, and Bowser is this huge guy with a bunch of Koopas. Do you think he connected to her just subconsciously because of that? Like, we're the only ones?
Oh, interesting. I never thought about that. I think he just connected with Peaches. That's what we're talking about, right? Because, yeah, she's a powerful figure in the universe, and that she's also his equal in a lot of ways. She's a badass, and she can hold her own in a fight, and he respects that. But also, just on a very surface level, he's just taken by her beauty. And I think, Bowser probably had a really rough childhood. Maybe that can be explored in future movies. Bowser's backstory. And maybe he thinks if he can marry Peaches, it would somehow heal his childhood wounds.
We can only
No one said that to me, by the way. That's just something that I came up with myself.
I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?